I'm Kylie and I have so many food sensitivities, I can't keep track. But today I'm gonna go into Celestial Natural Foods, which is a Whole Foods store on island up here on the North Shore. And we're gonna see what I can find. We're back from the store. Mask fog. If you wear glasses with a mask, you know exactly what this is. Here's what I got. Mochi Golden Curry Crunch. Ding, 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 ding. I'll list the ingredients here. Let's open them. That's how much they give you in the bag because that matters. Let's look at that. The pieces inside are really small. It goes to about here. The most delicious curry, yellow curry flavor. If you're a mild food girly and you can't handle a lot of spice, these are for you. It's barely spicy. I can't tolerate any heat. Spice is a trigger for me too. Things with chili peppers or anything like that. And this does have chili powder, but it's really minimal. You can barely taste the spice. Next, we're trying the Rebel Focus Matcha Latte. Cheers. Here are the ingredients. It is delicious. You get like that coconut milk taste, but they did a really good job sweetening it. Reminds me of Starbucks matcha, if that's kind of your vibe. Definitely sweet. I would say if you're used to like a traditional bitter matcha, you might not love this. This is delicious. So yesterday was Valentine's Day. It had me thinking about the impact that my skin condition has had on my relationships. Growing up, I always felt like I was unlovable. I felt like my skin condition isolated me and made me different from every other girl at school. I felt like I couldn't pursue relationships in the same way that my peers did. And I didn't think that anyone would find me attractive. I used to think, how could a guy like me? I have a skin condition, like I have a rash. What I've learned through being in multiple relationships with my eczema and then TSW is that people do see past your rash, you know? The partners I've had have been incredibly nurturing and understanding, giving me massages, helping me apply lotion, providing emotional support, being there for me, and it's something I'm so grateful for. It's been such a beautiful thing to be wholly loved by someone, including my conditions. I say multiple partners, not to like brag or anything. I'm not trying to be like, I've had tons of boyfriends. I haven't. But that just goes to show there's more than one person out there that will accept you for who you are and love you for who you are. Not just tolerate your condition, but do everything in their power to accept it and make you comfortable. They'll love you, including your condition. You know, one relationship I had actually ended because of TSW. I remember we were sitting together and he let me know that my skin was too much for him to handle and that he couldn't take it, and that it was part of the reason we were breaking up. I don't know what behooved him to say that to me, because it's something I live with. I think it's insensitive to say something to someone about something that they cannot fix right away. If you have something in your teeth, if my hair is messed up, sure, tell me. But if you have a comment about my appearance that I can't fix right there in the moment, you shouldn't say it at all. He should have kept that to himself. I remember when my relationship ended because of my rash, and I remember feeling really sad. The unfortunate truth is that some people are meant to learn different lessons in this life, and I think that you can't make someone love you. You can't make someone understand. And that doesn't just go for romantic relationships, it also goes for friendships. You know, people will be understanding to the extent that they're willing to, and a lot of people are afraid of what they don't understand, or they immediately reject what they don't understand. And being on the receiving end of that, you know, I see myself as a whole person. I'm not just my skin, but I have to remember, like, people on the outside sometimes only see my skin. But now I have a partner that met me in the worst of my TSW. I had the worst flare of my life these last 6 months, and he's been nothing but there for me. My partner has actively advocated for my health. He's researched things, like he's done a lot of research on his own to try and help me in places where I struggled to do research and learn about my own condition, because if you have chronic illness, you know, we get tired of the Googling. You'll go down the internet drain spiral of information and trying to figure out things that work for you, and it just doesn't happen. You don't find anything. So it's been really helpful having someone else with a fresh set of eyes to look at the same information I've been reading over and over again. I can have scratch attacks and complete meltdowns in front of my partner, and it's part of what's happening with my body right now. It's not something I can really control. He's really supportive in my food allergens and sticking to my diet. If we go out together, he always makes sure that there's something I can have and that I'm happy with the menu choices. If not, we cook together. So a lot of the time, he goes out of his way and finds recipes for us to try. I've never been in a relationship where my condition was so included in the relationship to a point where it was comfortable to be myself completely. I want to put it out there for everyone to know, like, that it's possible. You can be in a relationship completely yourself without concealing or making yourself smaller, without saying sorry for things that are out of your control. And it's such a beautiful thing to realize that the things that I was most ashamed of, like my skin flakes, the cuts, the rashing, the redness, the swelling, my partner holds me, tells me how beautiful I am every day, like there's nothing wrong with me. Sometimes my skin is all I can feel. I'm acutely aware of every single stinging, burning pain on my body. It feels impossible to ignore, and he holds me and he just tells me everything's gonna be okay. When I have flare days, he understands. I tell him, it's a flare day, I need to rest. And you know what we do? We make sure that I'm comfortable, and that's what takes priority. I never feel uncomfortable in this relationship. I feel so free to be myself. It's such a blessing to have a partner that treats me in this way. This is a boyfriend appreciation post. Something I want to relay to anyone who has a skin condition and is dating or in a relationship is your skin condition is not the problem. It is not your fault that your skin condition gets in the way of you doing things. It's not your fault, and you shouldn't feel sorry. You have every right to take up space in the way that is comfortable for you and feels best for you. And you also have every right to be in spaces that you want to be in, whether or not you have a rash. If someone doesn't love all of you, you can't make them. And don't get me wrong, skin conditions can have a lasting impact on relationships in a negative way too, and that can become dependent and difficult in some situations, but I'll talk about that another time. In conclusion, your skin condition is lovable. That's all. Do not make yourself smaller for a relationship. Don't hide yourself. Bye.